Whoever or whatever has control over you is your master. Epictetus tells us whoever has control over your desires or dislikes is your master. If you don't like talkative people, they are your master. If you desire girls, they are your master. If you desire money, money is your master. And you'll do whatever your master tells you. If money is your highest good, if that is your master, then you will be corrupted by it. You will give in to, trying to think of the right word of, giving up your morals for money because it is your master. And same with, say, someone you don't like. If you have a rule to love everybody, be nice to everybody, but you don't like somebody, then they are your master, because you are not acting as you want to because of somebody else. Therefore, they are your master. If you want to be kind to people and someone is making you angry and making you give in to temper, then they are your master, because you are doing something that you do not want to do. Hey, stop. Whoever or whatever it is, you give into it, it is your master. For instance, my dog is scratching my bed, and you can probably hear it. And, right now, I want to make this video, and I want to be in a good mood, and I want to think clearly. And if I let Popo obstruct me, then he is my master in this situation. He has control over me. Yet, even though he's just a dog, he is making me, frustrated, and, his scratching the bed is taking complete control over my mind and making me act in a way I do not want to act. And, people do this to us, and things do this to us. Like I was saying, money. You can twist your moral code to get money because you hold money higher than your morals. That is what happens when you hold stuff outside of yourself as a higher good than what is inside yourself. A lot of people will lie for, what they think is the right means to an end. But you do not know what the right ends are. You shouldn't lie because you're obstructing the means to get the end that you think is best. But who says that you know what is best? You need to focus on what you can control, and that is all that matters. Because if you start focusing on stuff outside of your control, then you mold the means, whether that be molding your morals, like molding the things that you stand for to get to a certain end. And you can't do that because it is outside of your control. And most of the time, since it is outside of your control, you corrupt your means and you still don't get what you corrupted your means for. And you have neither, because you took attention out of what was in your control to try to get something outside of your control. And in the end, you had neither. You got neither. So focus on what is in your control. And if you do that, then no one can be your master. And nothing can be your master. No material can be your master. Because you don't dislike anything outside of you, and you don't desire anything outside of you. Therefore, nothing can be your master. The only thing you should dislike is being corrupt and letting your moral code go, losing track of where your North Star is, and not and giving in to things that you don't want to give into that are within your control, whether that be pride or lust, greed, envy, wrath, sloth, things of that nature. When you give into those things, that is the things you should dislike. And if you dislike those things, then you are your master, because those are within your control. And you can fix yourself and fix not giving into those things. But if you dislike people who talk down to you, and you don't want to give into anger when they do it, but you do, then they are your master. If you don't want to get into fights with people, but when someone hits you, you end up fighting them, they are your master, because they provoked you in a way that they wanted to provoke you. And you didn't want to be provoked that way, but you gave in to your wrath, and you gave in to all these temptations and all these emotions you had. Therefore, they are your master. Whenever you do something that you yourself do not want to do, or you act in a way you yourself do not want to act, if your attitude becomes worse and it was all because of somebody else, then they are your master. And you find this in things that you desire, whether that be people or things, and things you dislike, whether that be people or things. So be careful and desire what is in your control and dislike what is in your control. And in that, there is tranquility, and there's peace, and there's happiness, I believe. Because happiness is a very, very big thing. And, it's the highest, I believe. The highest of something, of all goods, or the ideal goal. Everyone wants to be happy. And happiness cannot be something that it can be taken away from you so easily. So when you put happiness in external things, people can take those externals away from you, and then they become your master, because they do something you dislike and they have something you desire. So therefore, that person is your master, and you will do whatever it takes to get that quote-unquote happiness back, even though it's not real happiness. You believe it to be. So you'll do anything, whether that's, giving up your morals, throwing people under the bus, burning bridges, all just so you can get what you desire. So be careful. Be careful what you desire and what you dislike, because if those are things outside of yourself, you are liable to having many masters.